welcome to another episode of Speak On It. I am your host, Asia Branch, brought to you by PPN Broadcasting. Now, I know a lot of you are used to my episodes being about Donald Trump and politics and impeachment because that's gotten on my nerves for the past couple of weeks, but we're switching it up. Today, we're going to be talking with a comedian, which I've been dying to get on my show for a very long time. We're going to be talking a lot about culture and what's hurting it, specifically comedy, because it's one of my favorite genres when it comes to entertainment. And that's why I've decided to bring on a comedian who could be affected by a lot of things that we're seeing the left push, but we're not going to target it from that specific angle. We just want to know, how is she making it work with her comedy, because she's one of my favorites. Political correctness has been hurting this particular genre, but she's been making it work. I mean, she could do clean, she can do dirty. Maybe she'll be dirty, maybe she'll be clean. It's really all up to her, so be prepared, because I can't promise you she'll keep it clean. But that's why we come to PPN, right? Not to agree with what we're hearing. She's a breath of fresh air, though. I mean, as a conservative, I enjoy her comedy. Doesn't matter what she believes as far as politics is concerned. It doesn't really matter, because her comedy is all about the truth, which we seem to be lacking in our fourth estate. But in her comedy, you just enjoy it. It's just like Dave Chappelle and Ricky Gervais. They just seem to target it right at the heart of the truth. They speak facts. They speak from the hip. It's hilarious. But we notice that a lot of the things that we're seeing as far as a lot of the laws that are happening, as far as censorship is concerned, a lot of people are about not offending anyone, not, hurting anyone's feelings, especially on college campuses, which I think she would be great on. Even if we're dealing with a bunch of wusses who can't take a joke. But that's comedy. She can go in on you without you actually feeling bad about yourself. It's just funny because it's true. That's what makes comedy comedy. It's why when we hear Tiffany Haddish talk about how she was abused throughout her childhood, being an orphan for most of her childhood, she makes it funny because it's her truth. I mean, I don't really like saying that, but that's her experience, and that's what she likes to talk about. And that's what we get with Tesa Monie. Same thing with Dave Chappelle and Ricky Gervais. They go right at it. They don't give a crap about anybody else's feelings. They just shoot from the hip. Comedy. Straight comedy. It's hilarious. So when we come back from break, we're going to come back with Tesa Monie first. But I will be joined by another who I don't want to give it away just yet. So we're going to start with Tesa Monie when we get back from this break. All right? See you in a bit. And I am back. Joined with me is Tesa Monie, the comedian.
What up, y'all?
Already, she's got us going. So, Banisha, before we get started, I want you to tell everyone where they can find you at, how you got started into comedy, the whole shabazz.
Okay, where I got started at? I came out the hole like this. I don't know. I always liked comedy. I didn't know that's what it was called, but when I was little, I'd sit in my grandmother's front porch, and it's like Jerry Lewis, Lucille Ball, The Honeymooners. I just love to laugh.
That's
basically it. Now, how'd I get here? Everybody's like, if I had a nickel for everybody who said you're supposed to be on somebody's stage, I'd be rich right now. I got a lot of that, but I didn't do a lot of stage because I didn't know that's what I was supposed to be doing. And I was pregnant with my second child, and my sister bet me dared me basically to do stand-up, like just go and do one. I'm like, okay, like I never did stand-up before, and she's like, I'm gonna book you something, will you do it? I'm like, yeah, I'll do it, because I didn't want to be 80 years old and find out, right? It's like you coulda, shoulda, woulda. So it's like, all right, look, let me just do it. That way it'll be done.
Right.
And then y'all can stop bothering me about I'm supposed to be doing comedy and stuff, because I don't know what y'all talking about.
Your love affair for stand-up happened.
Well, I didn't mean to. I did a audition for McDonald's Gospel Fest.
Okay.
And I'd never done stand-up comedy or anything before, and I came up with something, and they were clapping. The whole place was laughing and clapping. And this man came in the middle of the audition, and people thought he was a part of my set.
Right.
But he wasn't. He just walked up while I'm in the middle of it, and he said, you funny, and he gives me $5.
Oh, snap.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Now, he ain't a part of the set, but I'll take that, though. Let me get that. And then one of the judges yelled, I get a cut of that. And I said, get your hand out my pocket. Already got your hand in my pocket. And I guess it started from there.
Well,
and
here
then,
in the
I had
Gospel Fest that you were doing, what kind of comedy do you do, or do you do it all?
Well, I'm in all three circuits. I'm in the gospel circuit, the urban circuit, which is like the bars and the comedy clubs, and then I'm in the mainstream circuit. So like I do places like Dangerfields and New York Comedy Clubs, Carolines, and things like that. Yes. I mean, I love doing the gospel circuit because you get to be like, yo, give Jesus some praise, and it's just lots of energy because Jesus is a lot of energy. So I do have a question.
Since you do say you can do the clean circuit, it's a choice for you. You can do either one. The folks, your audience is both.
I give the people what they want. I give the people what they need.
So in certain areas, like let's say we're gonna go with Baltimore because I just read on a new law that they passed out there.
Okay.
Where certain cuss words are illegal. So for example, you can't say the word asshole. Excuse my language for any of you who are over a certain age because I'm very respectful. But you can't say, certain cuss words out there. So as a comedian, do you work your way around it, or do you just not give a sugar on the iced tea?
I think that all those people, everybody curses. And I think that it's expression. Like, how are people going to express themselves? They're going to just be banging their head like Bird Box and stuff like that. Like, you can't do it like that. There's got to be a way to get it out. All I'm saying is I think that's a funny-ass law. They need to remove it because, like, what about the people with Tourette's? Like, what are we going to do with them? You're going to have a whole jail full of niggas with Tourette's. Did I say that? I did. I'm sorry. But it's just some laws that's just stupid. It's just dumb, but perfect self-expression. There's certain things that have to be said. Like, I
agree.
You got certain way things that to be said. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way. I'm very respectful. I mind my mouth. I mind my manners. When I'm around my elders, I try not to cuss. So instead of saying mother effer, I'll go mother of sweet baby air. But when there's a law that tells me I can't say mother effer, now all I want to do is tell you to go shove that shit so far up your fucking asshole.
Like, fuck sweet baby air today.
Because I'm in an area where I'm not allowed to say it.
Right.
I choose not to say it to be respectful. But now you're telling me I can't, so that's all I want to do.
But you know what? When you tell someone that they can't, it automatically makes them want to do it.
It's
just
like
because you're saying I can't.
Your daughter out there, don't go out there and have
Don't go
sex.
out there and do it. Her legs is open everywhere. You heard what I said, Daddy? Everywhere, from here to South Dakota. You know what I mean? You should have just let alone. Then she'd be afraid,
Oh, man.
Get her a dildo. I say that, my bad. I'm just saying there's other ways. There won't be no pregnancies, Dad. Okay? She can save herself from AIDS, the buyout. That's what my cousin in Alabama called.
So what do you do
when
you're dealing with someone who's very, very sensitive, and you're on stage, and we're gonna show a clip so people can see it, but you did a little set about sensitive effers.
Sensitive
what
fuckers.
is that like when you're dealing with people who are very sensitive?
My take on that is, I don't give a shit. Chuck it in the fucking bucket. That was a whole lot, but y'all understood what I said, though. You can feel that, like, because it has truth to it. Sometimes you can't really get all caught up in what other people are saying and how they feel about things, because some people, that's their own personal thing. Like, it's your own personal thing. Like, right now, you could be feeling like oh my goodness, the world is crashing because you see clouds in the sky. But it's like, no, the world isn't crashing. It's just a cloudy day. You know what I mean? What the hell's the matter with you? How could you say that to me? Like, that really happened to me, that bit that I did.
No way.
Homosexual actually asked me
how to get to
he asked for directions.
Show you guys.
It was like, which way? Well, how do you know how to get there? And I'm like, I know how to get there, and I want to help you. And I'm feeling like, oh yeah, fine, no problem. Yeah, just go on and go straight. And he got really upset. Like, you never tell a homosexual to go straight. Well, I didn't think we was getting all involved with who was booty banging or who was getting it in their biscuit. Like, we wasn't talking about that. You just want directions. Like, you want to go to 7-Eleven? Motherfucker, 7-Eleven is go straight. Like, how else I'm supposed to tell you to get there? It's that fucking way. Now I gotta use words like move forward. Like, what is this? We in the chariot times?
You know what?
And stuff like
Because
that?
I actually have a similar experience. I work in a building and we have immigration floor. And I personally wanted to put a sign outside of our door that said immigration on the 7th floor.
Right.
But I was told that's offensive. But now every other day I'm getting 2 to 3 Spanish speaking only motherfuckers coming through my door asking, immigration? Immigration? It's like, no, senor, or no, señorita. I'm like, this is why. We need the directions.
But if you just put it in Spanish on the wall, immigration is on the 7th floor.
How is it offensive? I'm showing you where to go. It's being helpful.
Why? Right. So now that's the thing. You have people who are so sensitive. And me personally, I think that people being so sensitive, it kind of dumbs them down from being able to actually deal with the truth. It's almost maybe even a smidgen of denial if you really think about it. Right. Like, oh, that's too sensitive. Well, that's what the hell is happening. Oh, well, I don't know. Well, dirt, you got to use dirt to plant seeds. Yeah, I'm offensive. Why did you have to call it dirt? Because it's dirt. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's just facts.
It's just what it is.
What you say, facts don't what?
Right. Fact. Oh, I wrote a jingle. You know what I mean? Facts don't fuck with your feelings. Don't fuck with them. Who said facts don't fuck with your feelings? They don't fuck with them. Because really, facts don't fuck with your feelings. Like, everybody got their feelings.
Yeah, they do.
But facts is facts. And whether your feelings is all jacked up about it.
Right.
Whose business is that?
Exactly.
It's not facts.
Feel a kind of way. No one's saying that you're not allowed to feel a kind of way.
It's Burger King world. Have it your way.
I'm like, but still, no. There is no your truth, her truth, his truth about a fact of a thing. It's what's funny is the truth. So just accept it.
That's what it is, and move on with your life. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. And the way I put my comedy out there, the way I deliver it is. My voice is in know better, do better. Change your mind, change your life. So for you sensitive fuckers, if you change your mind about being a sensitive fucker, you can be helped and your life will change. You won't be so sensitive. And it doesn't even feel good. Like
the world
feeling like that. The world will be a better place.
Heavy,
yeah, because like literally we make it heavy ourselves because that's like a personal problem. It's like, why is that my fault? Like, you know, I had this one person that I know, like there's some, like even fault finding fuckers. You know what I mean? They're all fuckers. Bottom line, you know, they're the kind of people. It's like, what's the matter with you? You're like the 3rd car I hit today. So who got the problem? But if I'm the 3rd car you hit today, like, but denial. And now you all sensitive because you hit my car.
Blame on other people.
Right. It's like
you're the one at fault. Sound familiar, conservatives? We're not talking about that. But
humans, yeah. Conservatives, humans, politicians, Democrats, rats, Republicans. I don't even know what that. The bottom line is, each one of y'all got some fault finding fuckers. To the second power problem, you know. But the bottom line is, we're all human, and when you know better, you do better. And even in the scripture, it says, yo, my people perish from a lack of knowledge. And that people can be anybody. You could be Asian, you could be Spanish, you could be white, you could be black, you could be DOG. DOG is our dog. But even DOG is covered. You know what I'm saying? It's all I'm saying. But all you have to do is stay focused, man.
I hear that. Well, tell everyone where they can find you at.
Well, you can find me right here in the mountains. Yeah, I'm out in the mountains, and I'm not really all that wild about it, but I'm up just to light them up because, they need some sunshine over here. It's not a lot of sunshine in the mountains. You can find me on Instagram. You can also find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook.
Tesa Monie Comedian.
Tesa Monie. And Tesa Monie, that name was given to me because myself said to myself, your name should be Tesa Monie, basically, because I thought it was going to be said.
When she on the stage,
it's like what do comedians do? We tell our story, and your story is your testimony. So I go out there, I tell my story, and your story is not your own. There's a lot of people, when you tell your story, I can tell by the ones who are laughing really hard because they can relate to it. It's very relative. And there are people who come to me like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. You thought you was the only one, right? No, you're not the only one. I've used the cucumber too. Okay, never mind. Too much information. The bottom line is I like to help people. My voice is in Know Better, Do Better, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. And it's a journey that I'm on right now. So I guess that's why I'm so passionate about it. And every now and again, I can probably be a fault-finding fucker myself. I'm trying to die from it, right? And that's why
comedy is the truth, folks. So round of applause to Miss Tesa Monie. Ready?
It's the truth. It's funny, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? Funny, but it's true, people.
We'll be right back after this break. And joining me for this segment, we have CEO and founder of Crown Transportation, also a stand-up comedian himself, Prince Adam Brown. So we have a round of applause to Prince Adam Brown. Awesome. So I wanted you on specifically because I thought you would be great in talking cancel culture and specifically what happened with Kevin Hart when he was fired from the Oscars, and now there being no host because, they're going into the pasts of specifically men and bringing up like the wrong thing that they did and saying you don't deserve a career. So what say you about that?
Well, listen. I support Kevin Hart and what he did. Honestly, I don't think he should have did the whole apology tour afterwards.
I hear you.
Because at the end of the day, everything he said afterwards contradicted his stance, in my opinion. But I understand why he did it, because outside of the Oscars, he has real money being made. Yes, he has Nike and all the other endorsements, which he had to make sure he made nice with them. But at the end of the day, cancel culture is simply somebody else's way of taking control.
Right. And now you being a stand-up comedian, how do you feel about them just going back into your past and saying, oh, he shouldn't have this opportunity?
Doesn't affect me. I know I ain't shit. I have no aspirations to be accepted by anybody.
Touché.
That simple. Everything that I say, I meant it at the time when I said it. Now, granted,
you could change your mind.
You grow.
Over the years.
So when I was 17, I might have called somebody a faggot.
Right.
When I'm 25, I might call that same person a faggot. Right now, I'm still going to call him a faggot. But when I'm 40, I might think differently. And I should be accepted for that.
Heard it here first, folks.
Yeah,
but I hear you. What it is. I'm very respectful. I don't like really calling people the F word, but if a gay man or a gay woman calls me a nigger, then they will be that fucking faggot. Excuse my language, folks, but this is what I would say to someone if I'm called the derogatory term. And I think that's fair. You can't call me something and then I'm not allowed to call you a faggot or fine me or $250,000 because I offended someone. Oh no! A few years ago, like 2 years ago, there was a little thing on campus where someone had worn blackface and for a Halloween costume, and they had sent out a letter to the university saying that the students didn't approve of it. So the university replied saying that they should call the cops if they feel like they've been offended on a racial charge. What say you?
Say me. If
your feelings are hurt,
right,
you can call the police on me.
Right.
So if I call somebody faggot, they can 911. Yes, this Spanish negress called me a faggot, and I want to. That's what they call black, niggers, female niggers. That's what they call them.
Listen, if you can sue somebody from being hurt, then okay, I counter sue. Well, she called me something that I didn't think was right. They can't prove it. You have to prove without a doubt.
They're a bunch of wusses, though, calling the cops because your feelings were hurt.
Yeah, it's bullshit. But
you're a cupcake. You're a wuss. You're a P word.
At the end of the day, we have the ability in 2020 to identify as anything. So if I called you a faggot and you called the cops, I'm going to say, well, I identify as a faggot. So
wait a minute.
I have the right to say that now.
We're going to change gears a little bit. Well, no, wait, because my producer wants us to talk about real quick about how she was walking to work one day and how a Minnie Mouse called her the N-word. A Minnie Mouse called her a nigger. She told her to hurry up because it's the city. You got to move like
that's hilarious.
I thought so too. Minnie Mouse calling her a nigger.
I say it's worth it. That's hilarious. Listen, for the sake of comedy, I would want Minnie Mouse to call me a nigger. Just so I can tell the story. Minnie Mouse called me a nigger. Nobody's going to believe it. It's worth it.
Oh, gosh. Because the Black Panther was around, he would have come back and just clap back right at Minnie. I mean, they both owned by Disney.
Yeah, the new Black Panther's going to suck.
Because they trying to make Black Panther a bitch. Excuse my language, sorry.
That's not why it's going to suck, but okay. if that's how you feel.
Well, did you hear that they're trying to switch on Black Panther from the actor that they have playing, and they want to come out with a female Black Panther for the second movie?
They're not going to do that, but they might have a spinoff of some sort because you can't kill the brand because they have followers right now. So they may do something
Wakanda forever. Yeah. Did you hear they're going to have
Wakanda's not a real place, and I say fuck Wakanda. If Wakanda was a real place, I'd be very upset because at the end of the day, you mean to tell me that you motherfuckers had vibranium? Meanwhile, we've been enslaved all this fucking time. Y'all could have did. And I understand that y'all was keeping it a secret, but y'all did nothing. Fuck Wakanda. Fuck Wakanda forever.
Oh man, but they do have borders though. You know that.
Wakanda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got blown up.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So all you motherfuckers who want a wall, understand Wakanda had a wall, and yes, that's what happened. It was very great. But y'all motherfuckers was selfish as shit. Motherfuckers.
It worked. Well,
it did work. It did work.
The white dude blew it up.
It did. That's fucked up. It did work though. So I get it. Yes, you build a wall, and you will have a prosperous nation of assholes who don't give a fuck about nobody else.
Did you hear my last segment? You can't say asshole on the highway in Baltimore.
You can't say asshole. I don't give what they gonna take from me. That's why I don't know what
they'll take, but they'll fine you. Well, $250,000. Is that $250,000?
Listen, I identify as an asshole, so.
Oh wait! Before we go to the next segment, wait.
I'm an asshole, so I can call you an asshole.
Can we talk about how you were driving? Can we do that, or is that going to get you in any trouble?
By who?
I don't know. I mean, do you still?
You mean when I identified as a tranny?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was in an Uber. I didn't. I was driving Uber. Mm-hmm. My account was canceled because Uber's an asshole, and they just didn't like me for some reason. So I was driving under my wife's account.
Right.
And most people, when they see it was a dude, they say, excuse me, it says such and such. Why are you here? I said, listen, my wife is pregnant. She couldn't work. I'm just trying to help her out. And they would say, oh, that's great. Good for you. Da, 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 da. This one bitch, she had a very big problem. Oh, this is wrong. Don't you know that people are being kidnapped? And this is how human trafficking starts. Excuse me. First off, that's me in the picture. I identify as a woman. I currently can't afford no pills, so I look like this, and I'm offended at the fact that you're accusing me of being a man. She apologized, gave me a $20 tip, and the whole ride was telling me how she supported the LBGT and really wished that I would understand that she was just a little confused, but it's her ignorance.
Wait, she said it was...
It's her ignorance. And she wishes that she will educate herself on other people's situation. And I said, this is your stop.
Thank you for that $20 tip.
Thank you for that $20 tip.
I'm going to go home and smash now.
So yeah, I identify whatever the situation requires.
Is what you do.
That's what I identify.
See, now that is America, though, right?
It works both ways. The knife cuts both ways. So what I'm saying is this.
Don't be mad if I do it.
I used the women's bathroom the other day.
What? How did that work out? Wait, you identified as a trans?
I didn't say shit. Nobody bothered to ask. The men's room was fucked up. The toilets were horrible. Had the shit. I assumed women are cleaner, which y'all are not. The fucking women's bathroom was covered in blood and shit. But sorry, it was terrible. I had to fucking just go to 3 different stalls before I could find one I could squat at. But anyway, I went, took a shit, got out. Nobody looked at me. People looked away. I washed my hands, walked out, and started fucking dying.
That's because no one wanted to offend you.
Nobody wanted to offend me. And had they asked me, I'd have said, yeah, well, I had shit, and I identified today as a woman because it works. Fuck it. I identify as a white man when I go for that loan tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll get it. Oh, by the way, I am a business owner, Crown Transportation, and I am going to apply for a loan, because, I'm a minority and woman-owned business. So right now, I identify as a woman because I need that loan. A black woman, by the way. A black woman. Proud, goddamn me. A proud black woman. Fuck you, Caitlyn Jenner. You gonna say that she's the woman of the year. You ain't even black. You bitch. So, yeah.
And that is Prince in a nutshell. Word. Okay, folks. Well, and then we're going to give him a round of applause. He was great. We're so coming back on.
Thank you. I had fun. This was awesome.
Right?
Great
awesome
job.
sauce.
Congratulations on this.
Thank you very, very much. Much appreciated. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, folks, we are back from break, and I am joined by both of my guests for this episode, Tesa Monie, the comedian, and Prince Adam, CEO and founder of Crown Transportation and stand-up comedian. So we talked about cancel culture, political correctness, how it's funny because it's true. Let's just sum it all up. We'll start with Prince Adam, since we didn't really touch on that segment as far as the political correctness and truth. It's funny because it's true. Those two things.
This is a nice time to talk about my whole hashtag death to PC. That's what I'm about. We are killing all political correctness. Political correctness, the cosmos. Political correctness is bullshit. What that means is, in public, act a certain way. I'd rather you act the way you are at all times, which is why only thing I like about Trump, the nigga's an asshole, and we know he is. He's not trying to be something he isn't. He's a fuckboy. Fuck it. I ain't mad at that.
But that's why I think you could run for president and win.
I should run for president. I'm going to run for president. Because
in 2024.
Death to PC is what it's all about. We're not going to do anything that you wouldn't do in private. Bring it out.
Death to pussy and chimichangas.
Yeah.
That's PC right there.
And mesothelioma.
Pussy and chimichangas.
Death to mesothelioma.
Okay.
Only the Me Too pussies, because they be lying. I mean, the ones who's lying, death to their pussy.
They all lying. Listen to the Me Too.
Whoever of them is lying.
Here's what the Me Too movement is now.
And give him a chimichanga.
Let's go say free Bill Cosby. That's right, I said it. Here's what the Me Too movement is.
He's guilty.
No, he's not. What the Me Too movement is this.
Kavanaugh's
You thought back in the day, 30 years ago, you was a hoe.
The stuff.
30 years ago, you was a hoe. But since this guy has been accused of rape, I was like, oh, maybe I wasn't a hoe. Maybe I was a victim. That's the Me Too movement.
She was a hoe then, and she's a hoe now.
You're still a hoe.
Death to these bitches who lie on their vaginas.
If Bill Cosby did give you a drug, and you knew it was a drug, how the fuck is he guilty? He told you, I'm giving you something. You say, oh, what is this? It's a pill, bitch, take it. If you take it, drugs have effects.
Look. My thing is, she knew damn well what she was doing, whoever they were, because it's like, oh, that's Bill Cosby. He probably got a big dick. You know what I mean? So we going to take this pill, and he got money. I mean, he's Bill Cosby. You don't think so?
First off, you went on. I agree. They
already knew.
They went.
It's like they be looking for the ball players
I think the chick he got convicted by. She actually got paid off to shut the fuck up, and then she later on opened up started making
can of worms. That sounds like Stormy Daniels.
What it sounds to me like is this: if you got paid after having sex, that's a whole different crime. That sounds like prostitution to me. Bill Cosby paid for some pussy. He just paid afterwards, and he paid heavily.
Sorry.
Yeah, Bill Cosby couldn't go back and turkey base him because his semen was old.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, since we're talking about Bill Cosby and them coming after him now,
what you gonna do with old semen?
You gotta do that with old semen. It's dried up. He was shooting out powder.
Here goes another one.
Oh gosh. Oh right. So considering how this conversation has gotten very, very vulgar very, very quickly, should we be allowed to say whatever we want, wherever we want, when we want, on whatever platform we go on?
I believe that comedy is the truest form of expression. I'm quoting somebody who's smarter than me, but I agree with it. End of the day, if you don't want to hear what I gotta say, don't tune in.
Right. Period. Okay, Tessa.
I am the Mary Poppins of the world. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
That's what Cosby said. Just take some of this sugar.
A little bit of laughter while I feed you this medicine. The laughter is the medicine. It's the healing part.
I'm gonna feed you this medicine, and then we gonna go. I'm gonna feed you this medicine like Mary Poppins did, and then we gonna go hop into a painting.
That's right.
That's right. They were flipping all.
But I'm not getting in no chimneys, though.
No, I'm just saying, Mary Poppins was giving them drugs.
They
was tripping balls.
That's why.
Them niggas thought they was in a race with a cartoon.
She had them popping pills.
That's right.
That's when they got popping.
And the next day, they was like, remember? And she's like, nigga, just shut the fuck up. Don't tell me.
Oh, my goodness. Mary Poppins, how could you?
Yo, Mary Poppins was pushing that shit.
Okay,
well, take this little spoonful of sugar.
Truth should always be put out there because people need to be made conscious. Now, and even we all have decisions to make. Right. You know, like chess. Before you make a move on that chessboard, you got to think about that move you're about to make. You just have to think. And choices is something that we have to do all the time. And it's from everything from when we're going to go take that doo-doo or what underwear we're going to wear today. I'm going to wear the holy ones or the not holy ones.
Put on that cup of coffee.
I mean, that cup of coffee and everything we do. Thoughts become words and words become things. That's all I got to say.
And this, folks, is why we have comedy. I'm very, very glad that today I was able to have two stand-up comedians. It doesn't matter if we agree politically, if we just get to a point where we can agree to disagree and where we know that, it's funny because it's true. When we get there, we enjoy the comedy. It's a genre that needs to be protected. I agree with Prince Adam. Death to PC. You should be able to say what you want, when you want, wherever you want. Identify as whatever you
death
want.
To PC.
And this is why we have comedians such as Tesa Monie, because her comedy is a breath of fresh air. We enjoy it so much. She, just like Dave Chappelle, will single-handedly save America because black people always have to. If we're going to save the genre, we promote comedians like these guys. All right, now I'll see you all next week. My name is Asia Branch. I'm your host of Speak On It, brought to you by PPN Broadcasting. My guests today were Tesa Monie, who you can find on Facebook, and my host, stand-up comedian Prince Adam Brown. You all enjoy the rest of your night, and God bless.
Ain't no snap. Oh, God.